You'll probably gonna ask me, was it actually difficult? I say it is. If you have, I'd say they're actually strict. So when I got there, hey guys, it's Danica and welcome back to my channel. To those who are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Danica. I'm a registered nurse in the Philippines, here in the UK and in the US as well. If you're new here on this channel, I encourage you to click on the subscribe button below and also the bell button beside it so that you will be notified every time that we have an update. For today's video, it's gonna be all about the Life in the UK test. I'll be talking about from when I started booking my exam to when I reviewed and going to the test center and until I got the results in the end. So we'll be talking all about that. And if you guys are interested in this video, then please keep on watching. Alright guys, to begin with, what is Life in the UK test anyway? So this test is for everybody who wants to have a permanent settlement here in the UK, which is the indefinite leave to remain, or for the citizenship. It's one of the requirements before you can actually apply. And just to make it clear, it doesn't have an expiry. So once you pass it, it's, you know, valid for lifetime really. So for me, because I'm going 5 years this coming August, so I can apply for my ILR or my indefinite leave to remain, but before I do that I need to pass it first. So I thought, you know, this year would be a great time to actually do it, you know, get it out of the way. So you can book the Life in the UK test in the official government site. I can put the link down below as well, just to help you guys if you want to have a look. The requirements for this test is quite easy. It's very straightforward. You can check it all in the website. What I'm going to be talking about, you'll probably see anyway in the website, but the most important thing is a valid ID. But for me, I've used my biometric residence permit, our BRP, which you also need to bring on the test center. Whatever ID might be your passport or your BRP, whatever ID you've used to actually register online, you need to bring that as well on the test date. So depending on where you live, there's different test centers, but for me it's quite difficult because I live in Cornwall, so the closest to me is Plymouth. I managed to book a test for Plymouth, but I cancelled it because of the rail strike, and the next available really is like quite far, so I needed to go to Exeter, which is 2.5 hours away by train. But that's fine because at that moment I just really want to take it because I've been reviewing for like say 2 to 3 months. But I'd say if you're gonna ask me how long should, you know, you review for this test, I'd say maybe 1 month is enough if you've been, you know, studying every single day. But for me, I think I did it like 2 to 3 months. The first month for me, I was just testing the waters, searching online because there's lots of practice questions online. Just type in Life in the UK practice questions, and then there's lots of resources online that's free, and there's also an app I use as well, which is also free. You don't really have an excuse to say that, you know, you don't have enough resources to review for this exam. But also, I've actually bought the official book. When you book on the website, they would actually also recommend this book, the Life in the UK Test Handbook. I bought it in Amazon for, I can't remember now, maybe £7 to £8. So this book actually comes in a set, but I think you just need this blue book anyway. So this is divided into 7 chapters. Personally, while I was reviewing for this exam, I'm a bit overwhelmed because I don't really know much about the UK, you know. It's basically their history. There's lots of dates, there's lots of people that you need to remember, and really I just couldn't, you know, memorize it all. Maybe I've read this book cover to cover say 2 to 3 times because I feel like it's still good to actually, you know, properly read this whole book and then go to the practice questions as well. But obviously we're all different, so you might find it useful to just read the book, or you might find it useful to just, you know, take the practice questions. But I'd say you'll understand it more when you read the book and then put it into action, do the practice questions afterwards. And while I was reading this book, actually I was so amazed because some of the stuff I didn't know. It's like from Britain basically, and it's actually quite interesting. So you're not just actually doing it just for the sake of passing, but actually their history is also interesting. And it's just fair enough, because if you wanted to be a citizen of the country, you should actually know about its history anyway, right? Anyway, so you might be asking me, how much did I pay for it? So the test actually cost £50, and you can actually cancel it and you get a refund 3 days before the exam. But after that, if you cancel, then you can't get a refund anymore. So it's pretty good, isn't it? You still have time. If you book the test and say you're not prepared, then you can just cancel it and get a refund. So the exam is composed of 24 questions, and you are given 45 minutes to answer it. So out of the 24 questions, you need to get 75% to pass the exam. So that would be equivalent to 18 questions. Fast forward on the day of the exam. So I arrived there. It actually will say that you need to arrive 30 minutes before the test. The one in Exeter is actually very convenient because it's just a walk from the train station and it's in a hotel. So I went in. There was just few of us. I think when I had a look at like the attendance sheet, there might be just 8 people in that time slot. We are called one by one, and then the lady would ask for the ID that you've used when you registered online. I'd say they're actually strict. So when I got there, they took a photo of me and obviously verified my ID, and then there's a camera as well, and they ask you to stand, and then they check if you've got any phones or anything like that, and they will also actually look that you physically turned off your phone. So you need to show them, because mine, I just put it on silent, but the lady asked me to, you know, have a look really, so I really need to turn it off. And then yeah, there was loads of cameras, you know. I was asked to stand like this, and like they even looked at my ear as well. So yeah, I'd say it's a very strict procedure, but they're very nice people though. And when you enter the actual room where you're gonna take the exam, there's a person there who's going to assist you. So if you have any questions, you just need to raise your hand and he'll just be there anyway. So the beginning of the exam, actually there's instructions anyway, and also there's 3 questions, practice questions at the beginning that wouldn't affect your actual score. How long was I there answering? Maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And then I finished the exam. They said that after 10 minutes, you actually get the results, but it actually took longer than that. I was actually a bit worried because why am I not receiving any results yet? It's been 2 hours. I actually need to ring just to follow up with my results, and that's when I knew that I actually passed. And then later on, in a few minutes, I've got also the email saying that I passed the exam. So you might be asking, wow, you're quick to finish the exam. Well, I'd say if you've been actually practicing it as well, it's actually the same sort of format that you're going to be answering on the actual test. So it really helps that you do the practice questions online. You'll probably gonna ask me, was it actually difficult? I say it is if you haven't really reviewed, because the questions I've answered, I'm just lucky because some of it I've just recently been reading as well on my way and the train before I took the exam. So yes, overall that's it. On the email that they send you when you pass the exam, there's a certain like reference that you would need when you apply for your ILR. So I will update you guys again once I'm actually applying for my ILR, and we'll go through it together as well. So yes, that's it for me, guys. I hope this video helps. If you've got any questions, please comment down below, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!